How's it going, odd people? Welcome to the Odd People Podcast.
Yeah.
I am your host, Matthew the Cathew.
And
with me is
Jared the Jared.
Jared the Jared.
Hell yeah.
And we have a special guest
Hello.
in
Yes,
the Odd
we do.
Asylum.
Miranda.
Miranda.
And
The antique queen,
Yes.
Miranda.
I'm excited because I love antiques.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
But I also am like not very knowledgeable at it, so we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it works
okay.
out.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'll be like, wow,
Cool.
that's an antique,
We'll
but
learn
it's
a
really
few
not.
things.
It's not
Cool.
worth anything.
So I think that's a good segue. Miranda, do you want to introduce
We're gonna-
yourself and
yeah.
like what you're about, what
sure.
you do?
So, I am Miranda. I own an antique business. I started with interior design and quickly realized that's not exactly what I loved. Since I was, a kid, I was always drawn to old and antiques. And I don't know, I've tried to stray from it, but I feel like I just was born in a different era.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
I feel the same way all the time.
I don't belong here.
Like I'm in the wrong time.
Yeah, I definitely lived in a different era because it feels familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just decorate my own house with antiques, and then I don't know if it was my explore page or just social media, Instagram.
Yeah.
And I stumbled upon a few pages that did what I do, and was like, I could never do that. Like, that's such a far stretch. And then I just made a page and put everything into it, and here I am. When I started, I didn't even know how to send out a package. Like, I didn't know how to package an item. My first
Yeah, I
item-
wouldn't know how to do that either.
No, the post office was like foreign to me.
They're like,
Yeah.
figure it out, lady.
Literally, I would Google, but I brought my first item sold to the post office. Open box, not wrapped, like wrote in Maca the address, and now it's like I have a whole like system. So
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
That's cool.
but there's a lot to it. There's a lot of research. Like you said, you can think something's antique, but if it's not the right date,
Yeah.
people will get mad.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
it's worth a lot less, right? If
Yeah.
it's just kind of like
Yeah.
a lot of people make new stuff, right? That just look antique.
Yes. And if you
Yeah.
claim that as antique, it's happened in the community, and try to sell it as that at that value, collector, they know their stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And
you want to research as much as you can.
And you start getting like the bad rep for yourself too, and
Yeah.
you don't want that to happen, right?
Yeah, right.
'Cause
Then they just see you're not knowledgeable
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
and
you're
they
just
shouldn't be
selling
doing
stuff.
It.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Right,
sure it's a
right.
massive community though, right?
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
There aren't like too many sellers in the community. I mean, there are a bunch of new pages all the time, but there aren't too many that are like, doing it regularly and incredible. But yeah, it's wild. It has to be a certain year old in order to be antique or vintage or where they come from. It's
Yeah,
a
right,
whole
right.
thing.
Yeah, I bet.
So
I bet
is
it's hard
this-
to figure out.
Yeah.
Starting off, you must have been a lot of confusion, a lot of
Oh,
looking
yeah.
things up.
Yeah.
Just
You have
keeping
to
Google
look for
in
like
business.
signatures and maker's marks, and
All right.
I'm still learning. I still learn
Yeah.
every time I look something
I
up.
think
and-
I have a couple of things in my house that I can show you and be like, hey, what do you think this is about? Because I have pieces that are like folk art.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is like the hardest thing. I've asked people at antique stores and they're like, ooh, I don't know. Let me get back to you. Give me your email. And I never hear from them
Yeah. It's
ever
hard.
again.
You can
Yeah.
get things appraised. Sometimes appraisers will know,
Yeah.
or they can at least determine like who the artist could have been, or
Yeah.
sometimes
I
you
just
just
always
don't
hope
know.
I hope I have something that it's like, holy crap, I can pay off my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Like
you
a
It
never
never
crazy
know.
happens though, right?
Yeah,
You're
no,
always
no.
like, sorry, this is a replica from like 1995.
It's 55 cents.
It's hard too, because I've had items that I'll look up comps, which is just like value and what they've sold for, and it's like 50 grand, and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
okay, well, I don't have the following for that, and I also don't, like, I'm not gonna do that. So I try to be fair to
Yeah.
where they can get these items and find homes, but also you
So
know,
you try to keep it like within like a normal person's like
Yeah.
budget and
yeah, I kind of
interest.
range,
Yeah.
so anyone can kind of watch my lives and find something, but also I want the items not to lose their value by selling it for $20, but
right.
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes I look at these items and I'm
You gotta
like,
hit like the happy medium.
whoa, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So are you like searching out for these items to like kind of turn around and sell, or like did you just gather a lot of things over time and then decided to like?
My first like intro into it, I made just like a post and said, coming soon. And then I went to Brimfield. I don't know if you guys know
Where's
what that is.
It sounds familiar.
It's like 2 hours from us.
It's still math.
Brimfield, Mass, yeah.
Oh.
And it's this event that's miles and miles and miles, fields of antiques.
I
Really?
love that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
so sick.
So I went there and I brought a
Jared wants to
wagon.
go.
Yeah.
It's so
Sign me
cool.
up. Was it like once a year or something?
3 times a year.
3 times a year.
So
I
it's
gotta
like-
make it to one.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. July, maybe May, July, September, I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
But my first time I went, I was there for like 5-6 hours. And one of the vendors was like, you haven't even scratched the surface.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just got a bunch of like little things that I thought, I don't know, were cool, but not
Yeah.
too crazy. I, had no money to whatever.
Yeah.
And now looking back, I see things every now and again and I'm like, I sold that for $10. Like,
Yeah.
starting off, but, and then I just made a collection and then got some followers, made some sales, and I would do like feed sales. So every like, I don't know, maybe Friday, there's a thing in the community called Flat Lay Friday.
Okay.
And it's just flat. You lay everything out and you list them all and people will buy them on the post.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I would do that and I just built my following from there. And now I'm at the point where I really only do lives or story
Yeah.
sales. It's like a year in. But yeah.
So you do that, and then you do interior design.
Mm-hmm.
So do you?
Oh, so now you're doing both?
So you must.
Or I thought, yeah.
So when you get a client for interior design, do you try to gear it towards kind of that aesthetic of like antique stuff, and like you definitely have an aesthetic.
I have an
If
aesthetic.
you look at her Instagram, you're like, oh
I did
wow,
check it
that's
out. You
like
kind of have
sick.
like a darker vibe,
It's
which I
moody.
did.
It's
yeah.
sick.
It's
It's
moody.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
my lives are moody Mondays. It's definitely a vibe, but it's really hard, and that's why I kind of strayed from design a little bit, because everyone has their own thing, and I can do it. I just don't necessarily enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I just did a few rooms in someone's house, and it's very minimal, like boho style.
Okay.
She loved it. To me,
Cool.
I was like, I'm awful. I suck. Like, there's nothing in the room. I should put something there. I should, because my style is more maximalism, like
Yeah, fill the space.
fill the space.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Where you'd be kind of like, oh damn.
Yeah. And I was just like, I didn't do enough.
Yeah, and you're always your worst critic too.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
it's
always.
tough to deal with. Yeah.
Always. It's awful.
Or the imposter syndrome, right? You
Mhm.
feel like you're not.
So
Yeah, I get it.
Oh yeah, totally.
it's hard. I really I stick more towards the antiques one because it works. It's been working. But I can really focus on like my aesthetic, my vibe. It's
Yeah.
true to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not just like putting out something just because.
Yeah, just
Right,
to
you know?
get
right.
like
And
the,
people they sense it. They pick up on when you're not.
Yeah, when you're
in
not
it.
being
Oh,
genuine.
for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
I get it all the time because for me, like I'm a full-time commission artist, so it's like I get these orders that I'm just not into at all, but I try my best anyways because I'll take the order for the money, obviously. But,
Right.
But then like I give it to them and they're like, oh, it's cool, but it's not like your other work, and it's like, well, but it's because I hate your idea. But it's like you can't tell them that, right? So it's just
'Cause I hate your idea.
it's hard. Like people just know when you're not
Yeah.
fully in it, but how can you fully be into like
something
everything
that's
that
not
people are
you.
wanting. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
It's hard.
no.
It's
That's what makes the
definitely a
world go
battle,
round.
yeah.
We're not all the same.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
It's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'll put out something. I'll be like, everyone's gonna hate this,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone loves it. But then I put out something that I love, and they're like, ah, that's all right.
Right.
It's like, damn
It's-
it, man.
Four
Yeah, I
likes.
can't make these people happy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of felt like a failure if I gave up the design stuff and wasn't taking these projects that didn't really speak to me, just because, I don't know, it just looks like it didn't work for you, so you had to give it up. Whereas, no, like I found my antiques and that is what I want to do. I
Yeah.
always felt like in designs, like I just wish I had something that I could sell or show or like to really push it. And then I kind of stumbled upon
Yeah.
the antiques and
Well, hopefully at some point you can it'll just kind of become symbiotic,
yeah.
and you'll only do design in the things you're interested
Right.
in, and people will come to you for that because of
That's
your
the goal.
antiques, you know?
Yeah.
That is the goal.
How long have you been down this antique path here? For like, as far as like social media and doing your live,
It just made a year,
just made a year.
And-
Awesome.
like September, I think.
They always say the first year is the hardest. It really is.
Well, she got a shitload of followers.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sweet.
Like
Yeah.
a crazy amount.
It's been
Yeah.
good.
More than you, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Which is like 17 times more than the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, the
That's right.
podcast. We're trying. We're
We're
trying.
trying.
We're doing our
We'll get
thing.
there. We'll
We're-
figure
we're
it
gonna
out.
push it out there.
Yeah.
We're at the stage.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure this out since 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes
And it's like it's just grown slowly,
Mhm.
and I mean we have other work and other things we need to do in
Yeah.
life. We can't
Yeah.
just, if I could dedicate every day to this, it would be different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Even like doing the once a week is tough just to get out here. I mean,
yeah,
it is
especially in the
a
summertime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
this is
social
another
media
job.
and
for sure.
stuff is. You
That's the
have-
part of it that I suck at so bad.
I was really, really bad at it, and I still am, but I didn't know how to
I'll
take
humbly disagree on that one.
it. I didn't know how to take a video. Like my videos were so like looking back, and I still keep most of them on my page because I like to reflect.
yeah.
But you really learn like what works, what doesn't,
Yeah.
and this past year has been humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
a lot
sure.
of lessons learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And social media is always changing too, like the algorithms and how
Yeah.
it works and how
It's
you get your
hard.
stuff out there and
We
what's
could-
going to be seen and not be seen.
We
and
could
it's
do a
like-
whole episode about how much Jared hates social media.
it's
I
fucking-
hate it.
It's
Everybody hates
frustrating.
it.
It's
Like-
frustrating. Like, why change it?
It's-
If something works, just keep it going.
It's like
why do you
this
constantly have to change
necessary
it?
evil that we live in
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
nobody wants to do their day job
Right.
unless they're
Yeah.
lucky enough to
Right.
make their hobby or
Yeah.
their passion into their day job.
Mhm.
And then it's like now you have to
It's
like you have to
Yeah,
do it.
you have to.
I think that's why the podcast doesn't take off because I'm so not dedicated to the social media
Yeah.
part of it.
yeah,
It's a hustle.
We're
it's
so
everything.
we're so dedicated to the rest of it
Yeah.
Yeah.
that it's like I don't have time
The
to
thing
do
is,
that. I do
like-
like 3 posts a week.
You can be so amazing if no one sees you. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
it's like I hate the social media aspect of it because it is a job and it kind of takes the passion out of it. But I'm also so grateful for it because it's my whole business. Like if
Yeah.
I didn't have my followers and my customers and my regulars, it wouldn't be anything.
Right.
You know?
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what's your favorite movie? We'll take
diving
We'll
into
take
the movies.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break and then we'll come back to it because I got more
Yeah, because
questions.
social media is already like getting me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't wanna do it. Calm down, buddy.
Fuck everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Are you big on the horror movies?
It depends. So I love horror movies. I like more spooky, supernatural. If
Okay.
it's
Cool.
gory,
Yeah, not big on the gore.
I'm like,
Yeah, Doug doesn't like the gore either.
Yeah, Maisie's losing her mind. It's a nice day out. There's people
Yeah.
walking around.
yeah. It really just depends. But my favorite movie, just for nostalgia and growing up and everything, is Wizard of Oz.
All
Really?
right.
Okay.
Yes.
Classic.
Yes, I have a Dorothy tattoo.
Awesome.
I noticed on your palm there.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Not bad. You have to stab it in.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, do you know what it is?
Oh man, it's a moon.
I know, but do you know what it's from?
I took the cop out. I took
should-
no Sailor Moon.
Oh, I
No.
thought you were gonna know. I thought that's why you were pointing it out. We talked about it before you
No,
got
I
here.
just you don't see it on the palm very
It's
often. 'Cause that,
Sasuke's from Naruto.
oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't big on the Naruto.
Oh, okay. See, that's
Yeah.
yeah. Me
Yeah.
and my wife.
Anime.
The anime, yeah.
Me and my wife were like Naruto. We were like trying
Naruto.
to point it out to my son.
And I said Sailor Moon.
Oh, dude, and I thought for sure you'd know.
all my friends are
'cause
gonna
she said
hate me
it.
now.
That's all right. You can look it up after this.
All
And
my friends are gonna hate me now.
but no, it didn't. It didn't hurt.
Yeah,
It was very quick.
it's like a weird sensation.
Yeah, it's you have to stab it in.
Oh, really?
So it sucked, but if it lasted longer, yeah, it would have.
Yeah.
It would have. But it was really quick.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a stab it in tattoo on my back.
Yeah.
That's like,
Like
but
a poke.
but like somebody in their house, like
Yeah.
Indian ink
Yeah.
and rope
Oh wow.
What is
and a
it?
sewing needle.
Real deal.
It's just like this weird little symbol that I drew, and I was like, do that. My sister-in-law did it actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Shout out.
I've never been down that. What do they call it? Poke and stick.
Stick and
yeah.
poke.
Stick and
I've
poke.
always wanted the I don't know if it's Hawaiian or the traditional. Would they have like the long stick and it's got like bone that's sharpened and like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always wanted to have that like a traditional like something on me.
I don't know. I can't
think that'd
really
be cool.
sit anymore for tattoos.
It's same. I haven't been tattooed in a long time,
don't
and
know
it's
what
just
it
because
is.
like I just like I
The
don't-
last one I got was a cover up
Yeah.
that Ryan did. I have a raven on my leg.
Oh, Ryan.
What'd you cover up? Do you mind me asking?
It was a
Ex-girlfriend's
it was
name?
yeah, it was a list of ex-girlfriends. No, it was an outline of a guitar, and I intended on filling it in, but it hurt so bad that I did it to myself.
Oh.
So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that ever again. And then I did it again on the other leg. So I have like a mirror image of guitars on either
Oh.
side of either
That's
leg.
interesting.
Oh, okay.
And yeah,
Yeah.
but Ryan covered it because this one was black. That one's got like flames around it.
Oh, nice.
I'd like to finish one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he covered it. You know what? He's got like the nice battery powered
Yeah.
rotary machine.
Oh, yeah,
and
for
I was
sure.
like, you know what? I'm like, this doesn't even hurt anywhere
Yeah.
near as much as the last
Yeah.
time.
And he's got such a light hand. It's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Shout out Ryan.
Shout out
Yeah.
Ryan.
You know
Killing
Ryan?
it,
I
bro.
do know Ryan. His mom was my sewing teacher when I was
get
like,
outta here.
I took
Yeah,
sewing
she still
classes.
does
with,
it.
Really?
I just saw her like studio.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I
That
didn't
they
know
have.
that.
I was
That's
like-
cool.
13, and I'd go and like she had a little area, space, and I would go and take classes, and
That's awesome.
she
That's
would teach me how to
awesome, yeah.
sew, and I still have like the pajamas I made when I was like 13.
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, she's great.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
She's the best.
Has Ryan ever tattooed you?
He tattooed. Well, he worked at Sean's shop
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
to start
Totally
off.
forgot about that. Yeah, yeah.
So he tattooed my sister. I was still too young.
Okay.
And then I went to his shop when he had like more people, and got this like
When he had
wishbone.
employees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Cool.
Small
I forgot
world.
that he worked at Sean's shop.
Yeah.
Our other cousin, Sean.
Yeah. Shout out Sean.
Mom and pop tattoo.
What are you guys, Portuguese?
Piercing.
Italian? What the hell's happening
Both.
here?
She's
Both.
both.
You're both?
I
Yeah.
am, yeah.
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 Yep.
You got
Yeah.
that hard accent.
Yeah.
Is that Fall River?
It's Fall River, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm called out on it every time I'm live.
But you still rock it. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You haven't tried to fix it or
I have tried. Like
You
when
have?
I'm at work and stuff, I try to enunciate my words, but
Yeah. It's
if
just
I'm
deep
talking, it
rooted.
just comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent years talking to customers, so now I'm like fit into Cape Cod where I like have to talk straight to people.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're like, "Where are you from?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
from Fall River." They're like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like hiding their jewelry while you're in their
I
house. You're like,
know.
"Dude, really?"
I know. Now I say New Bedford, and they're like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy too,
No
because like
different.
I grew up in New Bedford. I don't think I have a hard accent, but like
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
minutes away, everybody has like really hard accents. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's funny. My mom has a real hard accent, and
Yeah.
all she does is talk to text. And I'm like, "Mom, I'm like, you got to slow down."
Her
And
phone
she
just
talks
can't
fast.
figure it out. It's
Yeah,
like,
she talks too
Yeah.
fast. I'm like, "You got to slow
Yeah.
down," because I have no clue what the hell that's.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, Ma. Not that
I
she
love
watches
that,
this,
though.
but
Yeah.
yeah, don't ever lose it. I feel like that's like a problem in our society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got so used to like watching people on TV that have no accent that like everybody's like tries to speak
Yeah.
Yeah.
properly.
I used to hate
And I
it.
know I do it. I know I'm
Yeah.
try to enunciate everything. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know. When I first got my job out here, they were like, "Where the hell are you from?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a Rhode Island accent or something. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I used to hate it, and then honestly, like my antique community, I get called out on it, and they love it because they're all like from the South, or
Yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah, so that's like a
So they-
awesome to them.
and they love it, and I'm like, okay, so now it made me like love it. I don't hide it. I don't.
Yeah, it's just part
Yeah.
of your.
I mean, compared to
Aesthetic.
the South,
yeah.
compared to the South, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of antiques down south, but
Oh,
you would
yeah,
think
that's true.
our area, we got like real antiques. Like,
Yeah.
you could find some real old stuff out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm
hard.
sure.
I need to start going more north, or like Connecticut, that way.
Oh, really?
New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah, go
Maine
where the
and
rich
stuff.
people are.
Yeah.
Connecticut, New York.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
probably more expensive up there, but
Yeah, but you might find something that you're gonna run across somebody and they're not gonna know what they have,
Yeah.
yeah,
and you're
I
gonna
have, yeah,
and you're gonna go. I kind of feel bad, but I don't.
yeah,
Don't.
yeah.
Don't.
I know.
Hey, you got
Pay
to
for your
do what's
house
best
early.
for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you bother with flea markets, or is that just all like junk? You can be honest.
No, I do actually. I do. It's
Because like
tough.
I know it's not like antiques. It's kind of just like nostalgic things, but
yeah, it's tough because it is kind of like what Matt said. Like they might not know what they have, and I
Yeah.
found crazy things at flea markets, but they don't update as like I do this every week.
oh yeah, you get the same stuff when you go there all
So
the time.
every now and again, but like I do the Wareham one, the cranberry,
yeah.
but it's just it's a lot of like digging through
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff, and they're a little rough out there, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we went there a while back, and there was one dude that was like smoking a butt outside
Yes.
as we came walking in,
Yeah.
Always.
and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "Oh, this beautiful woman needs more jewelry." Like talking to my wife, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dude, fuck
Yeah.
you,
Back the
Like,
fuck
shut
off,
up,
man."
dude." Yeah, I'm like,
Always like ripping cigs.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that-
just awful.
gross.
they're out there with
Yeah.
cowboy hats.
Mm-hmm.
And,
That's why I asked
Denim
like if it
jackets.
was worth it or if it was just like.
It depends.
Sometimes
guess,
I go to them and I'm like, how did this dude get all this stuff?
I
Like,
know.
he just rob a box truck or something and like just come to the
Maybe.
flea market.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. You just got to do it for the plot sometimes. But
Yeah.
I'll go to Savers every now and again, and Savers has some stuff because they just get rid of people's.
Yeah, they don't
Things.
care. They don't even care like what it's valued, right? They just like, oh, this is worth like $20.
I've found some like really cool pieces that. Usually it's in the back where I'm not supposed to be, and I'm like, I go grab it, and they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you can't be back here, and I'm like, all right, but can I have this?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, $15. I'm like, cool,
Cool.
running out of the store.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's awesome. That's the thrill of it, right? The
Mm-hmm.
chase of it and finding good stuff and know you can make some money off
Mm-hmm.
it.
So what about like yard sales or estate sales? Do you look for those?
Oh, like the Freetown one? You ever been to the Freetown one?
no,
Where it's like blocks and blocks?
no, I've heard of it, but I've never been. I need to start. There's like a website for estate sales, and I've looked. I never find them, and
Yeah.
I know like a lot of accounts that I follow, they swear by estate
okay.
sales. They'll wait at 4 a.m., 3 a.m.
Really?
in line to get these items.
There's a lot of estate sales on the Cape.
Yeah,
I'm drive around.
It's all the old people out
I
here.
know.
Yeah, they're all dropping like
Yeah.
flies.
I need
now.
to look, but
Like,
my
I
thing
got
is
this
like,
from my mom.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it's a lot of furniture.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like these big old buildings,
Right.
but I'm sure there's tons of good.
I know. I
You know.
need to. I need to stop, but I'm also like, what do I value? I have a good routine right now, and like 3 a.m.
Yeah, no, that's,
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just not doing it. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Even on Black Friday, you can't get me out that
No.
early. No, not happening.
I've never done that.
I don't
Nothing
think
on this
I
planet
haven't.
is worth me getting up that early.
No, no.
Do you also have like that issue where like you want to keep most things that you find instead of selling?
It happens.
Yeah.
It really does. A lot of times it's like.
Like, man, I can't get rid of this. This is too nice.
Yeah. If I travel, like when I went to Italy, there was some things that I was just like, all right, this is from Italy. Like it's pretty special. So I've kept some things. But if I source online, I'll do like import stuff from Europe or whatever, and it looks one way online. I'm like, yeah, cool. And then I get it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't let it go.
Yeah.
Just recently I had a bust, which is a statue, and I collect Hermes.
What'd you call it? A bust?
A bust.
A bust.
Yeah, it's just
It's
like
like a statue from like the
like
from
torso
the
up.
torso up.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
what they're called.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see what you mean. Yeah,
From the bust up.
Yes, literally.
yeah. Bust. I've never heard that.
So I collect Hermes, which is a Greek god.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And I ordered this bust. Didn't even realize, just didn't do the research enough to know that it was him. And I don't have this version of him, so I got it home, thought it was really cool, really amazing, had like his winged helmet.
Okay.
And I started doing research right before my live, and it Hermes Mercury, and I was like, right on the shelf, not letting it go.
Not
Sorry.
selling it? Yeah, you just kept it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like cross that off the list.
Yeah, and people like they were in my live and they were like, "Where's the Hermes?" And I was like, "Guys, I'm sorry. Like I collect it. At least not right now. I can't let it go."
So how much you want for it?
So what is Hermes the god of?
He's the messenger god.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the one in Hercules, right? He just like
God damn.
has the glasses. He's kind of nerdy.
Yeah, so that's the version right there that
That's
I
the one
still
you-
don't have,
Oh, you don't have
Okay.
this
but I
one?
will have
Oh.
at some point. There's like,
It's
that,
like your plan.
that one's
Are
probably
you like
10 grand.
manifesting that, or you have like a
I
connection?
have a
or
mini
something?
version.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I've found some
This
that
one's
aren't.
17 inches tall and it's $644.
Yeah, I've found,
Marble.
It's not the antique version, but it's like 300, and I'm like,
man.
okay, that will be my next.
Roman god Hermes bust statue in cast marble. How do they cast marble? That doesn't sound like a real.
It's
Beats
like
me.
the way they mix it. It's like a composite.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they like mix it with something.
They,
Yeah.
Like marble dust. Like how can they say that it's marble?
Excuse me.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm too. I'm too finicky for this kind of thing. I had to look it up. So that's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
My
Yeah.
mom has a
Damn
bust
it.
of
I love-
Mozart.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I've
that's
sold one of those before.
The only reason I know what Mozart looks like.
Yeah.
It's been
I
in my
have no
house my
idea what
whole
Mozart
life,
looks
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Or Beethoven.
Yeah, I think it's Mozart.
What does Beethoven look like?
I don't know.
I feel like in my head
He's a
he's like
Saint
he looks
Bernard.
really homeless. Like he's got like
Oh, he's really fuzzy. He's a Saint Bernard.
oh.
Have you ever seen that one? Have you ever seen Beethoven, the movie
The
about the
dog.
dog, the family?
The big
Oh, come
dog,
on.
he drools everywhere. No?
No.
We'll have to explain to Miranda why you don't know movies.
What's the other one? The way the dog goes to the well to save the kid? What movie
That's
is that?
Lassie, I think.
Lassie.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
Lassie. Is that a
I
that's
mean,
not
Beethoven's a pretty wholesome movie. Your mom should have let you watch
Yeah.
that
Your mom should have let you.
one. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I may have. My brother's probably screaming at his screen right now, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
maybe. I like
a
was it
classic.
Homeward Bound?
That's a good one.
With the dog and the-
dog
and the cat.
The two dogs and the cat, right?
Yeah.
Is it a boxer and a golden retriever
Yes.
and
And then like a
cat?
gray cat. Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's
Classic. I don't know it by the name. If I saw it,
yeah.
it's a real wholesome movie.
yeah.
Where
It
the
is.
I don't know why the animals are separated from the family, but they like the
Find each
animals
other?
talk.
Okay.
But it's a live action movie,
Like
and they don't even try to make the animals. It's just narrated basically.
Yeah.
With different voices
Okay.
for the animals.
yeah.
I forgot about that movie.
How come we don't make any more like animal movies like that? Like Air Bud. You remember Air Bud?
Oh yeah.
That was
I never
great.
watched
Right? That
it.
was
There's
a
a
great
lot
movie.
of dog movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, golden retrievers were pretty the shit
Smart,
back in
yeah.
the day.
They were good
Get us-
actors.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Now they're all sad.
Yeah, maybe
They're
that's
like
what it is.
Marley and Me. It's
That's
like
true.
they're
They're
all
super
sad, and I
sad
can't
and
watch
depressing.
them.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Can't
also
do it.
The pet Anna always like dies at the end. It's like,
watching those
Jesus
movies
Christ.
holding my dog.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's sad now or scary.
Yep.
There's no wholesome anything anymore.
No.
That's what we need. More wholesome.
My poor kids.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my 10-year-old's into Jason. He likes Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, that's
He's
all
not
we got
allowed to
these
watch
days.
the movies.
Mm.
So this is you take his liking of things with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
He's never
Yeah.
seen the movies.
Yeah.
But his Christmas list is 6 blank Jason masks so we can paint them. I'll have to show you.
That's cool.
He's a really, really
He
good
is
artist.
really good.
Really?
He's doing good.
And
yeah.
he punches really hard. I learned last night.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's very fast.
He's
And
very
I'm like, I'm going to
fast.
sign you up for boxing, I think.
That's
Oh yeah.
cool.
Watching the boxing fight, he got all excited.
Yeah. They're really
It's
exciting.
gonna take you out.
Final match.
So you went
awesome.
to Italy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that like how many places have you been outside of the country?
I travel pretty often.
Yeah.
Every few months,
That's awesome.
I need to go somewhere. I try to
Yeah.
do at least one out of the country trip a year, and then a
Nice.
few, in-state ones. But
Is Italy your favorite so far? I know you got a long life to live still.
it's yes for a lot of reasons, like the culture. My first time there was a lot of like touristy things, so it was a lot of travel and just
Yeah.
like go go go. I loved the food. My favorite though, I think, would be Costa Rica.
Yeah?
Okay,
That
cool.
was like life changing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
But for antiques and all that, yeah, Italy and Europe is just
Yeah, you can't beat it.
Yeah. That's like
yeah.
hardcore antiques.
I don't
It
know
was
why in my
crazy.
head, like I always want to go to Norway.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I have a list of
I don't know why
Um,
either.
I think like the whole like because that's all the Viking shit, right? All
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Yeah, that is
That
really
kind of
cool.
like culture,
Yeah, like
I think,
Finland,
is super
Norway,
cool. Yeah.
Scandinavian countries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really
You'd
want
be
to
the
go
shortest
to,
person there, I think. You're not
Yeah, you
short.
think so?
You're not
Yeah.
short by any means, but I'm pretty sure they're all
They're all
tall.
like massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want
Wow.
to go to Edinburgh and
Is that Germany?
I think it's Scotland.
Oh, okay.
It's very like Harry Potter,
Oh,
moody,
nice. Cool.
Sweet.
dark, rainy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go to Scotland. I have a friend that lives in Scotland
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that I met through the podcast. Stuart. I don't know if he watches or listens every week, but dude, I'm coming. Yeah, every time I see any pictures of Scotland, I'm like, that is the most beautiful country
It's
I
so
think I've ever
beautiful.
seen.
Yeah.
I want to see it with my own 2 eyes. It'd be so
Yeah.
cool.
Do you have any? Do you want to go to Tokyo or Japan?
Japan's on my list.
Japan's on your list.
It is.
Sick.
There's a few things. You can't show your tattoos there.
Oh really?
You have to cover them.
Jesus.
Oh, I didn't know.
So
that.
I'd have to wear a onesie. I don't know what I would
was
do.
like, I'd have to wear like gloves.
Yeah.
You'd have to wear gloves and a turtleneck.
Yeah.
So, damn it.
Band-aids everywhere. I
I
don't
guess
know.
I'm not going to Tokyo or
I
Japan.
think certain areas might be a little more lenient, but that and it's like a 24-hour flight.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
long flight.
And
I'm not good with flights.
No, unless I'm
Not the
doing
best.
that like, business laying down one day maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, that's-
sitting in economy for that.
Yeah, no way.
Not
That's
doing it.
insane.
How bad is Italy for a flight?
I did 8 hours direct.
8
That's
hours.
not bad.
It
That's not
wasn't bad at all. It's a huge plane.
Yeah.
They give you like lunch and dinner or whatever the time
nice.
frame is. And it went by pretty quick. Wasn't too bad.
That is incredible, isn't it? I think we take everything for granted, for
Yeah,
sure. But
definitely.
You're in a giant metal machine and you flew over the ocean
In
in
the
8
sky.
hours, and
In
you're
the
in
sky.
another
It's
country.
insane.
And they fed you.
I always say like nothing is real because like what are we doing?
It's crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
But at the
Well-
same time, we're almost in 2025,
Mm-hmm.
and we're nowhere near what they predicted
Yeah.
we would be. Like
Well,
back
a
in the 80s.
lot of things
and
holding
stuff,
us
you know what I
back, I
mean?
think.
Like,
Yeah.
like when you look at it that way, I feel like we haven't come very far at all. But at the same
No.
time, it's like we're doing things.
Yeah.
We're doing.
well, a lot of. I'm trying not to say too much.
Yeah.
But if everybody's so focused on making things again,
Yeah.
focused on the past, how about we make things better for the
that's
future?
true. I
Yeah.
like that. I
How
like
about
that.
progress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a
Let's-
bad idea.
Let's progress, yeah.
Yeah, move forward in
But
the world.
Yeah, instead we're stuck on like history repeats itself.
Yeah. Is there anywhere in United States that you want to go? Like, do you have a United States list?
Yeah, are you like checking off states?
Kind of. I just got back from North Carolina, which I love. I've been there a ton of times. But I don't know. I would like to see like Utah.
Cool. Yeah.
the mountains. It's just I don't know what there is to do there, but
Yeah.
it'd be maybe relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Cali. You
I
ever
have-
made it out to Cali or no?
I've been to kind of that area, like San Jose, San Francisco,
Nice.
Okay.
but I have friends that live there that I met in Costa Rica.
Oh, no
Oh,
kidding.
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
So I'd like to get out there, and I don't know.
Yeah, I've never seen the Pacific Ocean, and that's something I want to see.
Yeah.
And my brother lived in Arizona for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and so I took the drive out with him, and that was incredible.
Mm.
We woke up, we did like a 4-day trip, and we stopped at Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and woke up to the morning in Albuquerque and drove into the desert.
Yeah.
And it was all like the multicolored plateaus everywhere. It's like, this is
Really?
incredible. Like, I've never seen, I grew up here. Everything's
Yeah,
green and,
right.
and
Yeah.
hilly and ocean.
Yeah.
Like, that's a totally different, everything about it's different. You're like, wow, this is in
Yeah.
the same country. Like, I just drove here. This is insane.
I know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's
Yeah.
crazy thinking like people in the same country live completely different or
Yeah.
don't see what we see or
Yeah. Yeah, our country is so big.
yeah.
Especially like
So
New England
different.
itself is such like a small piece of America that it's
Mhm.
like, and we're literally our own like thing out here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the rest of the country kind of seems like on the same page. And then
Yeah.
there's like New England, and we're
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
way
we
off.
we were like
Way
the
off.
first, colonized area.
Yeah.
So it's just,
Yeah.
there's
For
a lot of development here
Yeah,
before those places were even seen.
that's
Mhm.
true. So are you saying our accents are more superior?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, if you think about like the Wild West,
yeah.
there were people living in this area with like top hats and shit and like
Mm.
drive around in automobiles.
That's
Right.
true. That's
And
true.
they were living
Still
living
on the
cowboy
horses and
life
shit.
back.
Yeah.
It was
That's true.
very different lifestyle. There's like people
Crazy.
out on the prairies and homesteading land, and we're like living in a developed city
Right.
out
Yeah.
here. It's wild.
That's true.
It's really crazy to think about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really proud to be like a New Englander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I like it more and more
I like the
as I
East
get
Coast.
older. I've
Yeah.
come to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know when I was like, late teens, early 20s, I'm like, I'm moving out of Massachusetts. I
It's
hate
so
it.
cold.
I
Yeah.
hate it here.
Yeah.
I hate it here. It's just like a big baby.
Yeah.
Like, this is no good. I don't like it here.
I like it now though.
Yeah.
I do, because like all 4 seasons we have are like mild. They're not like anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of get lucky. We don't have like any like massive insects or like all the tornadoes,
Tornadoes.
and earthquakes. Although we're starting to get those.
Hurricanes.
Yeah,
we
things
get-
like that.
Yeah, we get a hurricane
Yeah.
like once every decade.
I'm dying
Yeah.
for a good hurricane, man.
But it's not
It's been
like
way too long.
please no.
It's
I don't want to
been
be
way too
swimming
long.
in my house.
Yeah, I want to like be in fear.
No.
You know,
Jared,
like man, my roof might rip off.
you
right
need to
now.
go
That's
rock
intense.
climbing or something.
Yeah.
We really
Yeah.
need to go like rock climbing.
It's all my dad's fault. Like when we had like hurricanes growing up, my dad would be like, "I'm going out in my truck. I want to drive around." He would go to like South New Bedford and
a
like be
storm
on that.
chaser?
Yeah, he tried. He's like the ghetto version of it, But he would go on that rock wall and just like be taking videos,
Oh
like
my
blowing
God.
away.
That's
Jesus,
crazy.
really?
But I just
Your
think
dad
it's
took
exciting.
videos with
It's
the-
exciting. It's
With a
fun.
cell phone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
My dad
It's,
took
As in he
videos
still
with a
does
big,
it now.
Massive camera.
Yes.
it's exciting until you're actually in it.
Yeah.
Like here, we get tornado warnings and it's nothing. You watch from the window.
Yeah.
My first time in North Carolina, it was like peak tornado season and I didn't know.
Oh really?
So I woke up at like 4 a.m. Alarms blazing.
Really?
Get in the tub. And I'm
In the
like,
tub.
okay, like crap. So I'm in the tub. This was like, I don't know, it was probably 18, 19. I'm like, this is how I go. Like my
Yeah.
first time
This is
traveling.
it.
I drove here, like this is it for me. I'm in the bathtub and it hit the town over.
Wow, that's insane.
Damn.
We don't do that.
Imagine
Yeah.
your whole legacy ended in a tub.
In a tub. Yeah.
bathtub.
No, that's wild.
The worst way to die in a tub.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That is crazy.
Yep. So,
So-
we're lucky. We don't have any of
Oh,
that
yeah,
stuff.
we're totally
you know?
lucky.
Yeah.
We're,
Yeah.
we're,
Just
we're
snow.
It's
cool
great
here.
to travel around and then
Yeah.
just pop back to New England.
No crazy snakes. Or
If you don't like
anything.
snow, move to Cape Cod because we get like an inch of snow every year. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's true.
You guys get slammed with snow, we'll get nothing.
Yeah.
It's just wind.
Because it's like all basically gone by the
windy
time
and
it
sucks,
reaches
yeah.
you, right?
It's really windy here and really like bitterly cold.
Yeah.
I've noticed
Yeah.
I'll like talk to my mom. She's, oh yeah, we got like 5 inches of snow. I'm like, we got 1, but everything's frozen.
Yeah.
And like I
Yeah.
go outside,
That's
and my
almost
face
worse.
feels like it's melting
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost worse.
Yeah, it's a different kind of misery, but
Yeah.
I don't mind snow now. I feel like as I get older, I'm like,
yeah.
I love snow. It's the best.
Yeah,
Rain is my favorite.
me
but,
too.
Yeah, I had a stage where I really didn't like snow, and then I had kids. No, like they enjoy the snow, so
Yeah.
I'm like, this
Mhm.
makes it.
Brings the love.
I
for
just
snow
like
back
looking at it.
again.
Yeah, they're running around playing and having fun. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. Let's make shoveling the driveway not so
Hell
bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever been out to Vegas?
No.
I haven't either. I was gonna ask you how it was,
Mm-mm.
but never mind. Have you?
It's just so hot.
You never been to Vegas?
No,
Yeah, because it is in the middle of a desert, right?
I have like zero interest in Vegas for 2 reasons. I think either I'll hate it so much
Yeah.
because it's so like
Hot?
it's so hot, and then like the nightlife there is so like in your face and bright,
Yeah.
and like that's like headache fuel for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
Or I'll gamble and like win a lot of money and then be like
Be
really
crazy.
into it and be like one of those dudes
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
like crazy sideburns and like
Hell
Sunglasses
yeah,
at
man.
night.
Just killing
Just
it.
like
counting
Yeah.
cards.
not
That's-
not
Oh, you're on
smoking
the
because I don't
slots.
smoke.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm just like I have a toothpick in my mouth.
Pretending.
Yeah, pretending.
That's like New Orleans is, it's such an experience, but I've heard it smells, it's dirty, it's
Yeah.
rough, it's like,
I was just gonna say,
Yeah,
like,
it's-
I always ask everybody because it's so hit or miss. Some people are like, I loved it. It was beautiful, all the lights and all the
Yeah.
places, and then other people are like, it's disgusting.
depends on what
like,
you're into, I guess.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Either I would hate it or I'm gonna get sucked into it.
Yep.
Be like, I'm not leaving. I'm
Yeah.
stuck here. Just like drink every day in New
Yeah,
Orleans and
yeah.
just be like that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also want to go to like a real desert. I've never seen like a
The real
cactus.
the real
like a-
desert
Go to
is cool.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
Arizona
that like
was cool.
closest
I think
Yeah, I mean,
that I
it's
can
really
just,
hot, really, really
It's
hot, but it's
extremely hot.
dry.
I would kill
It's
people.
not
Yeah.
like muggy.
yeah, it's like opening an oven.
Ugh.
The first day I was
Maybe I
in
won't.
Arizona with my brother, I had like a screaming migraine by
Yeah.
like noon, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Have you been drinking water?" I'm like, "No."
No.
And he goes, "Dude, your sweat doesn't
didn't get
even
the
like
memo.
land on your head; it
Yeah.
just evaporates away because it's so hot." I was
Forget
like,
it.
"What?"
Forget it.
I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
I don't know.
insane.
I don't want to go.
Drink like a gallon of water a day.
I get
Yeah.
like aggro in the heat here,
Me too.
Yeah.
and it's not
Yeah.
even that bad.
Well, maybe it's because of the humidity.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Colorado, but I'm paranoid of the elevation sickness.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a
that's a real
thing.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a real thing. And I'm like,
Yeah, I'd go to Colorado. That seems like a
beautiful.
cool place. I mean, I would like to see every state, or maybe not every state, but like every like region.
yeah.
You know, because I'm sure there's states that suck.
Yeah.
Ohio.
That's true.
Like I wouldn't want to go there, but you know, I'd go to like I don't know. I've heard a lot of great things about like Michigan, like the Great Lakes, and
Yeah.
that's really like woodsy and outdoorsy.
That's
and I'm
true.
like,
That
I'd
must
like
be
to
beautiful. Yeah.
Go hiking there or something cool.
There's a place, I think it's Michigan. What is it called? Lake or Island Mackinac or Mackinac.
Okay.
And it's kind of like our Block Island,
Oh, okay.
but bigger. And no cars are allowed on the island. It's all horse and
nice.
buggy.
Oh no,
Oh,
shit.
that's sick.
That's pretty
And it's
cool.
beautiful like
And
Block
it's in
Island.
like one of the Great Lakes. Or
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Michigan.
nice.
And that's on my list too, because it's
That's
just
cool.
like, I don't know, different vibe.
That
different
kind of stuff's cool.
experience. Yeah.
Like remember that guy that he had a show. He would make tree houses, treehouse masters.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
How's
He's got like a
show?
treehouse village in like Oregon,
What the
where
heck?
it's like it's like an Airbnb kind of thing, and
Yeah.
you can go
Wow.
and rent like
Yeah.
you rent a room, but it's a freaking treehouse. I'm like, that's so
Wow.
cool. I
I've
wanna do
done that
stuff like
before.
That's pretty
Yeah.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that in I think Vermont
Oh, okay.
and
I love Vermont.
I went to Vermont like once or twice.
yeah.
Yeah, I
was
like
alright.
Vermont a lot.
I didn't like the people. They were like too nice and bubbly. Like,
See, it's funny. I saw a dude in Vermont that we went into like a. It's funny. There's a big sign that says ice cream, but it was a convenience store that happened to have like a soft serve machine.
yeah. Yeah.
And we left, and I was, me and my family getting into my car, and the dude was just like leaning on his truck, like holding a cigarette, just like giving
I
us
just
like
care.
the stink eye. I'm
Yeah.
like, just like stood there and like looking at him.
Creepy.
I'm like, dude, you're just a weirdo. that lives
Yeah.
in Vermont.
They're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Like I know I have Massachusetts plates, but
yeah.
Yeah.
like it's not New York plates. Take it easy.
Yeah. I didn't like the people in Vermont, but
Yeah. Oh no, we also went to kind of like a ritzy area where there was like a lot of shops. So
They
my
have
wife
one of
really
those
liked
in
that.
Vermont?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was in
Ritzy.
Londonderry. Yeah. It's not, we were like in southern Vermont. It wasn't
Yeah.
even that far.
So to throw it back to your business,
Mm-hmm.
Good
do you
job.
have like a future plan that you want to shoot for, or are you like happy where you are now and you just want to continue that?
I mean, I'm constantly like evolving and growing. Like just the other night, I looked at my page and I was like, wow, I absolutely hate my whole page.
Wow, really?
You know? So I'd like to feel happy with that, but I don't know. I think the long-term goal would be to just do that.
Yeah.
To find a way to keep traveling Europe, wherever, and sourcing, and that being my main thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to work in the medical field anymore. I want to do what makes me happy, and would feel like, okay, I made it.
Yeah.
If I could focus on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I mean, especially if like the community is that big,
Yeah.
which I'm sure it is. You can find your little cubby
Yeah.
hole in there and keep it going.
It's just the whole, like, social media is very scary and relying
I
on it,
know.
especially with the algorithm or,
I
you know.
I've been doing it for 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up
It's
to
scary.
them,
It
really.
is scary.
And
even to make that original leap to
Mhm.
like leave your job or leave your, like, that's a scary thing because now you don't know what's ahead of you
Right.
anymore. And
Yeah.
you're just trusting solely based
Yeah.
on your followers and your
Yeah.
people. And it's like,
sometimes
I
I
hope it's
think
enough.
that's what will push you into really thriving in
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
But I also don't want it to feel like a job. I don't
Right.
want to leave my job and be like, okay, I have to do this. I
Yeah.
have to pay my rent.
Yeah, you enjoy it too much. To,
Yeah. So it'd
Yeah.
have to be to a point where I'm like, okay, this doesn't feel like a job. I'm making enough. I'm doing enough.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
think
still
the
fun.
traveling part will be that
Yeah.
for you. Like, it won't feel like a job as
Yeah.
much.
That's true.
Yeah.
You just got to get there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talk about this all the time because Jared literally did that. He left his job and he does his
Yeah.
own business,
Mhm.
and it's we talk about mental health a lot because
Yeah.
it's just like
It's brave.
it's
It's
its
so
thing.
brave.
It's like you get beat up from all
Yeah.
angles, but it's like you can't just say, hey, I'm not going to do that anymore because I have another
Right.
source of income or a job.
Yeah.
So now he's got to. It's his job.
You
so
have
he
to,
has
yeah.
to have it as his job. So
yeah.
Mhm.
And I wasn't
Well, we
going to
talk
say
about it
anything
all the
because, like,
time.
I don't want to, like, discourage you.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, what you just said is exactly what happened to me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm right now at this point in my life, I'm struggling to even draw because I've lost
have
all
to.
my steam. I've lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I look at my iPad, I'm like, I don't even want to pick that thing up
Mhm.
anymore. And it's so discouraging and tough. And it's so hard for me to, like, overcome that and be like, no, I'm just going to keep going and,
Yeah.
like, keep doing my thing. But
It's a
Yeah.
different kind of pressure
yeah,
when
For
you
sure.
have
for sure.
to
I have to draw.
succeed. You
Yeah.
have to like meet
Yeah.
people's expectations and
Yeah.
not just like, well, if this doesn't work, I'll do it again next week and try again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
Because I
different-
have those weeks where I'll be live and it's great. People are commenting, and then there's 6 people in there, and I'm talking to myself, and I could cry and just like hop off, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't.
I
Oh,
know.
like
And you just got to keep doing
you
it.
got to
you just
keep
gotta
doing
keep
it and
doing
hope
it.
next
Keep
week's
doing
better. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get
It's
it.
true.
yeah,
Yeah, but I think, like, for you, it would be better because, like, you're basically searching for items that you love and you're selling items that you love, and the rest just comes natural, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like, do you plan on, like, actually searching out, like, what people would want?
I do. Like I've done private shopping sessions,
Yeah.
and that's super fun. And I'll post like, what are you guys looking for? Because it is easier with interaction, and like
Of course.
it's hard when I might love this item,
Mm.
but it sits on my shelf for 3
Yeah,
months, which
exactly.
I don't really want to do things that I wouldn't put in my home. Like that's again not true to me, and I'm just
Yeah.
selling to sell.
Yeah.
But it's that like happy medium of like, okay, if you guys don't like this shit, like
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It's like you want to make them happy, but at the same time, you're trying to keep yourself happy. and
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I've
tough.
talked to a lot of like artists and makers
Yeah.
over the years of doing this, and a lot of them said, early on that they would kind of accommodate what they were making or what they were doing to fit what other people liked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And nothing really clicked. And then when they started, making something that they themselves would want, they themselves would wear or put on their wall, or
Yeah.
that's when things like click
It's true.
and take over, and they go, oh,
Yeah.
I just made things that I liked, and I found my people. I found
Yeah.
my crowd.
Like we said
People
earlier,
liked it.
people sense it. Like in the beginning, you have that imposter syndrome, and it's like, okay, this is working for this one, and not like, what am I doing? So you try to do what they do, or bigger accounts, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was like, let me just do what feels right.
Yeah.
And now I have like my Moody Mondays every Monday. I have my community. I'm gonna find my people,
Yeah.
Yeah, no
And-
matter what. Yeah. No matter what, that I think that just comes naturally. And you end up just forming your own group of people just by like how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, people know when
Yeah.
you're genuine. People know when you're
Yeah.
when you know your stuff, and you're showing that you know your stuff, and you're
Right.
showing that you're interested in what you're doing. You're not just, you're not just doing it.
Yeah.
I hate if it's transactional. Like, yes, it's a business. I get that, but I hate when I'm like, okay, this is this much. Nope, next. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not why I do it.
Yeah.
So it's
You want
great.
more of like the love for the item, right?
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
I want to talk about
its
it. I
value,
want to
yeah.
like hear about your day. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
for
know.
sure.
Yeah,
It just,
yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
That's cool.
yeah.
The
Well-
thing that like always kept me going was like the people that are there because of my artwork and my style.
Yeah.
So it's like they wouldn't be there if they didn't like it, or if they
Right.
hated it, or they just wouldn't follow me, or
Yeah.
So that's always kept me going. But I've had like interactions with people that are just like, why are you even following me? Like, you just seem like you just want something from me, and then you're just dipping out. Like, so it's hard
must get a
to.
lot of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It
it.
is.
And
the
that's
more,
where the discouragement comes in, and you're
Yeah.
like, what am I even doing? Like,
Yeah, I get followed by these very scantily clad women, and then they're like
The bots.
they'll send me a message that I can't see until I search for a
Yeah.
request, and then they're like, oh, you should totally check out this link I'm sending you.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah, I'm going to do that.
don't do
yeah, I'm
that.
totally gonna click on that link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot. There's a lot of that out there.
It's hard
a lot
to,
of
'cause
bullshit.
The more followers you get, the more chance of that there is, or
Yeah.
more people that just
yeah.
like,
That's how I gauge how well we're doing
yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
We get a lot of plays. We get a lot of videos. A lot of views on our videos.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, we don't know a bot. We must be doing good. We get
We're
like
getting bots now.
3 or 4 bots that want me to click on links. This is
Yep.
perfect.
There you go.
So you know what time I think it is?
Hell yeah.
I think it's odd question time.
Sheesh. We went long on that one, huh?
Yeah, we've been here for a
Sick.
while.
That's awesome.
It's good. I don't,
You got to buy this. It's only $644.
move the decimal point over.
And then she'll buy it
couple
off you.
spots.
Yeah.
And then she'll sell it for more.
No, I'll keep it. I'll keep
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, no. She's already.
I would buy it if you move the decimal point over
Yeah.
to there.
Oh, you can see it, right?
Yep. I
Oh,
can
okay,
see
$6
it.
and
cool.
44 cents.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of options. You want to do this one? You all right?
My leg. Every episode. I don't know. I got to stop putting my leg up like that.
Yeah, you can
It
stop.
kills me every time.
That's why I do the stretch out.
Yeah, let's do this one. This one's cool.
All right, Jared,
dig it.
read the odd question. for
This
us.
says, what time period from the past would you suck the most to be stuck in? Great show, guys. From John. We have a few replies.
Oh, yeah, we have to
you
reply to
get
this
to pick it?
email.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
There's good question. It was great! Exclamation point. Or glad you enjoyed it! Exclamation point. And just pick the most nonsense one. I know you got some good options. You don't have any bad options. Usually we get like
Yeah, usually they're like,
sometimes we
I'm
get
not
some
sure.
negative ones.
yeah. I'm not sure why you'd say that.
So yeah, just pick whatever one you want. Good question. It was great, or glad you enjoyed it. Or we can type anything you want.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Glad you enjoyed it. There you go. Send. Take it.
We try to confuse
All
our listeners and viewers, and they send us odd questions.
All right, what
So-
time period from the past would suck the most to be stuck in?
Okay, it's kind of like a time travel question. Do you-
That's such a
Do you want me to go
hard-
first? We could work our way, or do you think you got one?
I think kind of era. I mean, for me,
Now.
well, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say as a woman, certain eras, like I would love to live in them because antiques and,
Yeah.
just my aesthetic and vibe.
Antiques were new stuff then.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's
they were
true.
everywhere. And just the courting and that whole vibe. But it also really wasn't a great time for women.
Right.
That's true.
But it still isn't a great time for women. So I guess I'll just...
It's like, what was before antiques? Is it like artifacts?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, when antiques were built in the 1800s, say,
Yeah.
what
What
did
was
people
before
have for
that?
antiques and
Yeah.
shit we'd never seen? 'Cause
I don't
it's all
know.
That's
gone.
true. That's true. Sorry. Go ahead.
So which one would suck?
Suck to be in. Like,
To
you wouldn't
be
want to
in.
be there at all. Like, why am I here? And you can say now.
Okay.
No, because I think I have a little bit more rights now. Maybe... I guess the 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because there was like nothing there.
I'd have to
I
ask
bet it
permission
sucked.
to smile. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Yeah,
It's
right.
true.
Yeah, that
Literally.
sucked back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to be married to a man. You couldn't.
You couldn't work. You
yeah,
couldn't go to
do
school.
anything.
You
Yeah.
couldn't.
Oh,
I couldn't
that blows.
be badass and have a business, and
Yeah.
I couldn't do any of that.
She's a
Yeah.
witch.
Literally.
Right. That sucks.
Yeah.
I think I would pick. Unless you have one, Jared. I was gonna go next, but
I have one, but you can go.
Okay. You sure you don't want to go? I'll go.
Yeah,
You
no,
go? Okay.
yeah,
I'll
no,
go. You go. I would say like medieval times.
Oh, I love those.
I think it looked cool with
Yeah,
the castles and
yeah.
everything, and there was like, the knights on like
Yeah.
horseback and all. But really, the majority of people were like peasants, and it probably sucked really, really bad.
Yeah.
If you were part
Because you
of the
probably
peasants.
smelled horrible. People never showered.
Yeah.
That's true.
You were eating like
Or like a shower was a lot of work.
you're eating like turkey legs and like potatoes every day
Yeah.
forever, which is kind of like the way I
Sounds
live now
great.
anyway.
You
But
think they had ranch back then? No. probably not.
no, I just feel like everything was probably filthy. But I mean, there was,
Yeah.
I'm sure, elite people that lived really great, kind of like now. Like in history, they're going to be like, oh, look at the people that had electric cars. And,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
going to look back in the history books and be like, look at all the money that people had. But there's tons of people living in poverty now.
Yeah.
Right.
But like back then, I feel like everybody was living in poverty.
Yeah.
Everybody was dirty. You lived on like a dirt floor hut.
Yeah.
It
Couldn't
just
do it.
sucked.
Just
It just
couldn't do
sucked.
it.
Also,
True.
I would,
Yeah.
dude, I would wake up every day itchy.
Yeah.
You're like bed bugs and shit. Fuck this. Like I would just
Well, they
not.
have beds. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even know what they would sleep in a fucking rock. Like I don't know. Like I would just really. I feel like
Yeah.
medieval times for not the rich, Knights of the Round Table and that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's
If you
true.
weren't those people, life sucked.
Yep. And you could have got, hung.
Oh, yeah.
If
Yeah.
you stole something, they'd just chop your hand right off.
Yeah, you walk into
know?
the street and one of the knights walks by and he
That's
determines,
it,
"Yo,
dude.
this
He's like,
peasant was in my way,
tired
murder
of this
him."
peasant.
And they just like slice your head off
Yeah.
and shit.
That's
Just
it.
'cause they
That
want to.
simple.
Yeah, you
Gang,
just,
gang.
Gang, gang.
You just get killed by people left and right.
Yeah.
Food probably was horrible. There's no
Yeah,
paprika
just
yet.
Slop.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just slop. There's no paprika yet. You know what I mean?
I don't know
Like,
why. Like all I think they had was like the pig with the
like
apple in
a-
his mouth.
I don't
like
even
that's
think
just
the peasants
that was
were
like
that
their-
lucky.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think so.
Oh yeah, not for the peasants.
you were just
no,
eating
no.
slop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got the pig's food
It's nothing but root vegetables.
Yeah.
that they fed the pig.
Nothing but root vegetables and fucking chickens and eggs.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
I mean, that's like what I eat now, but
Yeah. Yeah,
just
because
because I can't afford too much more.
Yeah, I'm too spoiled. I'll admit it. I'm too
Oh
spoiled.
yeah. Oh, that's totally what it's about.
Yeah.
I just want clean clothes and a shower
That's
every
it,
day.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what time frame you think?
So for me, I might get some hate for it, but
The future.
no,
Oh.
I'm gonna say like the '60s. because it was like super like hippy dippy and like peace and love and like all natural and organic and like just doing drugs and shit.
Yeah.
I'm such a city boy that like I can't live like that.
Same thing, too dirty.
Yeah, like it's just it just seemed everybody was like that was the most peace, you know. But it's just it seems gross and I don't want to do it. So I'm gonna say the 60s. Yeah.
You'd be like that one dude, that one holdout from like the 50s with the greased hair. You'd be the hot rods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else would be like, "Hey, peace, man." Just rev your engine. Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I have a totally wrong view on the 60s, but in my head, that's just what it was.
My mom,
like
but I
the
think
hippie.
you're right.
Yeah.
You'd just be angry all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck peace.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I need. And that's why like I don't do well when I go south because I just feel like the asshole. But like when I'm here, I don't feel like the asshole.
Well, we are.
Everybody around me is
are,
asshole.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like.
It's like home when you hear people like
Like
yelling
talking
and
shit to each
screaming.
other. But then they hug it out, you know? It's the best thing ever.
Well, what's that thing where you've probably experienced this in your travels? They say, like New England, especially Massachusetts,
Yeah.
we're mean, but we're nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
It's
and
just
then,
how
like,
we communicate. It's
Mean,
just how we-
nice, they're nice, mean, or something. Like they
Yeah, yeah.
act nice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they're not.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
act
They're
mean,
like
We act
but we're
mean, but
nice.
we really care about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think there was a
And that's
comedian.
what I
that-
love, and that's why I can
Yeah.
never move.
I think there was a comedian that talked about it, like or somebody that
Yeah.
had some video on Instagram or whatever. And he
Yeah.
moved up here, and he was like, "I never understand why they say they're mean.
Yeah.
They're
exactly.
jerks, but they're not."
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
had a flat tire, and they helped me. They would make fun of you the whole entire time
Right,
while they're
but
helping
when
you
you're in
change
a
the
house,
flat.
yeah.
Exactly.
But then you go down south, and they're like, "We'll pray for you. Bye.
Bless your heart.
Yeah,
Bless
big
your heart." They
smile.
drive by.
All
Bless
fake.
you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And you're like, "I'm fucking laying in the dirt trying to change a tire."
Out here, like, what's up, fuckhead?
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
You need some help.
good thing.
This is Jared. Jared's just gonna bring that energy to the '60s.
That's right.
Fuck
Put me
all
in the
you people.
60s, I'll be hung in like 2 seconds. Oh, they didn't hang.
No, I don't think
Sorry,
so.
sorry.
They
They had
might
death
have.
penalties in the 60s?
They might have still in France, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some statistic where it's like the last person that was hung in France or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guillotine
Yeah.
was like 1970 or some
Oh
shit.
my god.
Yeah. Or
Kinda-
maybe the 70s was more of a.
No, I think you're right. 60.
Yeah?
Yeah, 60s.
Because like
were,
50s, I
hippies.
would love. I would love to be in the 50s.
I
And
can
like
see
anything
you-
before the 50s, I feel like I would love.
I can
But-
see you going in a time machine to the 50s and never coming back. And being
Yeah.
like, no, everything's
Yeah.
cool here.
Yeah.
Look at all the cars.
But then 60s, I was like, ugh. 70s, ugh. And then 80s was really cool too.
Yeah.
Like all they got all like cybery and weird and shit. So, you know.
Technology.
And then
started.
90s,
You
as
lived
much
it.
as I love the 90s,
That's my time.
it's also like that awkward in between though, right? Like we started to get technology things like smartphones and stuff like that, but we didn't like fully embrace it
So
like we are
did
now.
you guys had like cell phones in high school?
Well,
High school, yeah. So
I had that Nokia, you know?
Yeah.
I was born 95.
Oh gosh.
Now you know how I feel.
Yeah.
So
I was 90, so I'm not that far off.
So when I
Oh
was
yeah,
in
you're
like,
like right in between.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
elementary school, there were like flip phones,
Oh, okay.
and like you
Wild.
bought your ringtone, and
Yeah.
we had a computer that there was no internet,
Yeah.
but we'd play games and things like that.
Yeah.
And then we'd have like those big computers in school. They all had like different colors on the backs and stuff
Oh, the
like
old
that.
Macs.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
Macs,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The see-through.
See, that was like high school for me.
Yeah.
We had the
Yeah.
Damn. No,
The-
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, we had the computer lab was a bunch
Yeah,
of Macs,
yeah.
and we would,
Yeah.
make animation videos and
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
all sorts of stupid shit.
Did you ever have a sidekick?
Yes.
You did.
Sidekick and
I
the
knew it. She's from Fall River. She had a sidekick.
like the Razor, I think.
Yeah, hell yeah. The
Silent
razors
Yeah.
are so sick.
I didn't have
Yeah.
any of that. I went from the
Big.
Nokia, indestructible Nokia that
Yeah.
I didn't ever use because it cost too much money to use.
Mm-hmm.
I was I had such a shitty car that I was so sick of breaking down and having to find a payphone or walk into somebody's house
Yeah.
that I got that phone, paid $20 a month for it,
Hell
and
yeah.
used it once, and it was like a $70, $80 bill, and I was like, "Fuck this!"
Yeah.
And I just left it in my glove box. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Back to the
"That's an
payphones."
emergency
Yeah.
phone. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not using that ever again."
I think I was like the last generation that went outside. Like
Probably
rode
yeah.
our bikes.
Yeah.
probably not too safe, but safe enough. Like my parents weren't checking for me. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
my
think
parents
that's
didn't even know where I
safe
was.
to say.
right.
95. That
Yeah, I don't think
should be right.
they
Yeah.
really do that anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No,
No.
my kids are.
I
It's
blame
a beautiful
video
day.
games.
My kids are in the house.
Yeah.
Like we got to like tell them to leave.
Yeah,
Yeah. Video
They-
games and social media, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all they
sad.
want
Ruined,
now. Yeah.
ruined everything.
Sad.
It's
Yeah.
a whole world out there.
There is.
Whole
It's pretty
entire world.
exciting.
Yeah,
It's huge.
gotta look up.
Grew up in Westport. Spent a lot of time in the woods.
Mhm.
Nothing else. Really, nothing else going on.
Yeah.
You ride your
Yeah.
bike and you go in the woods.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then you look back and you've had all those experiences, right? As a kid
Yeah.
of like getting in trouble
Yeah.
or whatever, being in the woods with your friends and
Yeah.
like
Getting
it's kind of
caught-
sad that the kids nowadays aren't going to have many like memories
It's
to
weird. I don't
Yeah, and
like
there's no
worry about
trace
my
of
kids.
it.
go off
Yeah.
of, right? Like your whole childhood
Yeah,
was
there's
just
no-
video games and
there's no
YouTube
stories,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have good
Strange.
stories.
Yeah.
And I
Right,
had,
yeah,
like
good
my
stories,
dad
yeah.
caught me across town
That's
on my
it.
bike.
Yeah, same thing.
My dad's like, "How the hell did you get here?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Just rode out here." And he's like, "You rode out here?" So
Yeah.
mad at me.
Like we used to skateboard all around New Bedford.
Mhm.
My parents were like, just be home by dark,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like cool. We're
Yeah.
out. That's it.
There it is.
Now it's
Well,
like, don't you leave this house? It's dangerous. out
I
there."
wish they would leave. I wish the kids would leave.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Buy them
There's
some
their bikes.
skateboards.
There's a bike there. And
Oh, there
doesn't
you
even use it. Buy him some skateboards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go down the hill.
Yep.
So anyway, I think that'll do it for this
Hell
episode.
yeah.
Miranda, do you want to promote your Instagrams and your handles?
Plug
and all that?
my-
Yeah, do a
Plug
a
my
plug.
handle.
Yeah.
So Instagram, Cozy&tiques, and yeah, come to Moody Monday Lives every Monday, 8 p.m. EST.
Moody Monday. I like it.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Jared, do you have
It's a
anything,
vibe.
anything you want to say to the world?
Yeah, go outside.
With the
There's
30
a fucking
people.
world out there, man. Go see it.
Yeah, look up.
Yeah. Leave your apartment or your house, whatever you're in. Just go see stuff. All right? Social media sucks. YouTube sucks. Why are you watching this podcast? Shut it off. No, I'm just kidding. Keep watching.
Keep watching. Keep
and
watching.
then watch the next one and the next one.
Yeah.
And that's
All right,
it.
cool. You good?
There's a whole world out there. Go see it.
Cool.
Matt the Cat.
Yeah, thank you. You can support the show by clicking on the link in the description of the show. You can go check out all our social media. Instagram, Facebook for some reason.
Yeah.
TikTok. TikTok. Join Jared's Discord. Go find the Odd People Podcast Reddit. There is a Redbubble link on the Instagram, Odd People Instagram, that you can go buy some merch.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the show today. Stay creative. Stay inspired. Thank you, Miranda, for being
Yes.
here.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for coming
for
on.
having
And
me.
as always, stay on.
Peace.
That's it. That's it.